Hey, so today we'll talk to you about fear. Not the tiger is gonna kill me legitimate fear, but the I know exactly what to do to be happy but I can't do it fear. Because the first type of fear is that imagine a serial killer is walking towards you and he's taking a knife and he's going to stab you and you go like, hey yo, I would like to welcome you to my family. So those fears still serve very good purpose because fear gets us to be afraid and avoid all the danger. But on the flip side, we have other fears like, I've always wanted to change career, but I'm afraid. I always wanted to ask that girl out, but I'm scared. I want to sleep, but there may be zombies under my bed. So those type of fear are irrational fear that doesn't necessarily support us to be having a better, healthier, happier life. And those are the fears that we are going to talk about how to manage today. The first way to manage fear is to act in spite of fear. But if you already know how to do that, you probably won't be watching this video. So let's move to the second way to manage fear, reinterpret them. And to understand that, a very short summary of the research has done is that if I put you on a drug that causes your heartbeat to elevate, for your hand to be sweating, and you're feeling all this sensation in your body, and I throw you to two different scenarios. I throw you into a dance party in which you are really excited, you like meeting people there, and you start moving, you will interpret the whole sensation as being excited. But on the flip side, if I get all your heartbeat elevated and I throw you into another room in which there is spiders and anaconda, you will interpret the whole similar sensation as fear. What the research want to explain is that the sensation in our body, this heartbeat, these sweaty hands, and sometimes the sensation of wanting to vomit, they are the exact same sensation when it is both excitement and when it is both fear. So, if we have situation in which we feel fear about, we can actually attempt to restate it to ourselves and saying that, hey, I'm feeling excited, and see if that actually shifts you. And here's a fun fact, right? One of the really famous singer that I know, he described that when he's at the backstage, when he know he's ready to go out on stage, is when he feels his hand is sweating, he feels like throwing up and his heart is beating really fast. Which is the exact same description used to describe fear. So that's the second way. You get to reinterpret fear. And the third way is to actually just move and shift us out of fear. As mentioned, those are just sensations and it's up to us to interpret how it feels, right? Therefore, we can do things like dancing, moving around, do some exercise, shout at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I love you! And that helps us to shift us out of this state of fear where we feel a lot more paralyzed to a state where we feel a little better to be able to take action. And the fourth way to manage fear is to actually journal worst case scenario. All that you do is you take out a notebook and then you divide them into two columns. The left side you're gonna write what's the worst case scenario that may happen. And on the right side you're going to write down the solution for each of those worst case scenarios. A story that I can share is that when Elon Musk wanted to take all of those money from his company to start another business, and he wrote down the worst case scenario, which is he's gonna stay on his friend's couch and have a very lean lifestyle, which is to just eat spaghetti and go through his life. And he actually go and tried that out. And when he tried staying at his friend's couch for 30 days, eating the spaghetti, living at a really low cost, he realized that it's not that bad. And he is able to take the action eventually. So once again, you can write down the worst case scenario, what's the solution to each of them, and if you want to take it to the next level, you can go and experience some of the solution, just to let the body get used to it. And the next solution is you get to sit with that emotions and see what's underlying that. And to explain that, I'm gonna share with you a story. Meet Jane. Jane has always wanted to start a business. She is always excited. But when I talk to her, Jane is like, no, I'm busy with my kids. Now I'm busy taking care of my husband. And the next week she goes, no, now I'm busy taking care of my neighbor's dog. Now the long story short is that this is something that she knows she wants and she really wants to do, but no matter how it is, she somehow still has some kind of fear and procrastination around it. And when we really get to sit with that fear and that emotion, that's where we discover that there's a lot of fear. And in particular, it is about the fear of being rich. The reason was when she was really young, she had this farm that she was free to roam around in. But the moment her parents started a retail business, that's where everything changed. She became really wealthy. They are making 6 figures every single month. But she lost her freedom, and every single day after school she had to come back home to actually work. And she hated that. She was very resentful towards it. As a young kid, she just made it mean that being rich means you lose all your freedom. But of course, to shift that, she get to first release all her emotion, and then she get to reframe that being rich doesn't mean you need to lose all your freedom. Because so many times I've spoken to people and they are like, okay, I can't do it. And then after they get to experience their fear, it's like, and it just becomes a lot easier for them. But in this kind of story, if you haven't done with sitting in with your emotion before, I would recommend you to get a coach or to get a therapist or a friend, because it also takes a certain degree of self-awareness. So having other people guiding you can be very helpful. And the final way to manage the fear is to just have a dialogue with the fear. And that's where we get to talk to our fear and really show who is in charge. The practice is to sit on the left side as yourself and then sit to the right side, role play as your fear. Hey yo fear, sit down. I would like to talk to you. Hi. Yeah, what do you feel about starting a business? No, not good. You're not gonna make money and then you will lose all your money and you'll join Squid Game and die. Okay, what if we just minimize the risk and we are going to start a business while maintaining our main career? So it just become a side hustle. But you will still fail and then people will laugh at you. Nah, but it's okay, it's better than not attempting at all. No, but I don't think it works. I love you, I care for you, but I'm gonna take charge. But, no, Okay. Alright, so that's it. Thanks for watching this video. This is all about different fears and how we can manage fear. So if you find this video to be helpful, feel free to leave a thumbs up and I get to see you in the next video. Take care.